This audiobook reveals the ancient code hidden within the fabric of creation, the secret language of wealth. As you listen, you'll discover how your words and thoughts unlock the universe's treasury of infinite abundance. Begin speaking the language of prosperity today and watch as wealth flows effortlessly into your life. The secret language of wealth. Introduction. In the depths of time, there exists a language more ancient than words themselves, a sacred tongue that speaks directly to the infinite forces of abundance. This language, woven into the very fabric of creation, holds the power to shape your reality and manifest untold wealth. As you venture deeper into these teachings, you begin to understand that true wealth transcends mere physical possessions. It is an energy that flows through all things, responding to your innermost thoughts and declarations. The universe understands this primordial language of wealth, recognizing it in your words, thoughts, and the vibrations you emit into the cosmic expanse. Each thought you nurture, each word you speak, ripples through the ethereal plane, attracting or repelling the infinite abundance that surrounds you. Your inner dialogue serves as the key to unlocking this vast treasury of universal wealth. Just as ancient alchemists transform base metals into gold, you possess the innate ability to transmute ordinary thoughts into golden opportunities. The words you whisper to yourself in moments of solitude carry more power than the loudest proclamations. They are the seeds from which your future prosperity will bloom. To begin awakening this dormant power within, close your eyes and enter the sacred chamber of your mind. Breathe deeply and allow your consciousness to drift into a state of peaceful receptivity. Envision before you a golden key gleaming with ancient wisdom and power. This key represents your divine birthright to abundance. Feel its weight in your hand, its warmth radiating through your being. See yourself approaching a magnificent door, ornately carved with symbols of prosperity and abundance. Insert the golden key, turn it slowly, and feel the ancient mechanisms of the universe clicking into place. As the door swings open, witness the infinite abundance that awaits you. Remain in this vision for several moments, allowing the energy of unlimited prosperity to wash over you, knowing that you now hold the key to unlocking your wealth consciousness. Part 1. Awakening to the Wealth Frequency. Chapter 1. The Forgotten Tongue of Prosperity. In the mist-shrouded mountains of an ancient land, a wanderer named Malik searched endlessly for the secret of abundance. His pockets were empty, yet his heart burned with desire for prosperity. One dawn, he encountered an aged hermit dwelling in a humble cave adorned with precious gems and golden artifacts. Puzzled by this contradiction, Malik asked the hermit to share his secret. The hermit smiled knowingly and said, "For 40 days, I have watched you climb these peaks, muttering words of lack and limitation. I never have enough. Wealth eludes me. I cannot succeed." These words are chains that bind your prosperity. The hermit revealed that true wealth begins with the language we speak into existence. Every utterance carries a vibration that ripples through the cosmic fabric, attracting circumstances that match its frequency. Words of lack attract more lack. Words of abundance draw forth prosperity. This ancient wisdom illuminates a fundamental truth. Your words are seeds planted in the fertile soil of universal consciousness. Each time you speak of limitation, you nurture those very circumstances. When you declare abundance, you call forth the infinite possibilities that await you. In a distant marketplace, there lived a merchant named Hassan who had lost everything. Daily, he would lament his misfortune, telling all who would listen about his inevitable failure. His words became a self-fulfilling prophecy until an old wise woman stopped him one day. "Your tongue speaks poison into your future," she said. "For 7 days, speak only of abundance, and watch as the universe transforms your reality." Though skeptical, Hassan began to change his words. "I attract prosperity," he would say. "Abundance flows to me easily. I am worthy of great wealth." Within days, opportunities appeared. A forgotten debt was repaid, a new trading route opened, and his fortunes began to shift. Like Hassan, you stand at the threshold of transformation. The same power that transformed his life resides within your words, waiting to be awakened. Your current circumstances reflect the language you have spoken until now, but this moment marks a new beginning. Find a quiet space as the sun rises. Light a candle to symbolize illumination of truth. On parchment or paper, inscribe these 3 declarations of prosperity. I am a powerful magnet for endless abundance. Wealth flows to me through expected and unexpected channels. My words create a reality of infinite prosperity. Speak these affirmations aloud with unwavering conviction each morning as the sun rises for 7 days. Let your voice resonate with the certainty of one who knows these truths are already manifesting. Chapter 2. Breaking the Chains of Scarcity. In the sun-scorched plains where nothing seemed to grow, lived a farmer named Talos. Year after year, he toiled on his barren plot, cursing the earth for its emptiness. His neighbors had long abandoned their fields, claiming the land was cursed with eternal scarcity. One morning, an ancient wanderer appeared at Talos's door, carrying nothing but a small pouch of seeds. "Your land is not barren," the wanderer spoke, opening his palm to reveal tiny seeds. "Each seed contains a universe of abundance, yet you see only what is missing. You, like Talos, may perceive your world through the veil of scarcity. This illusion stems from the deep-rooted beliefs passed down through generations, whispering tales of not enough. These beliefs cast shadows over the infinite possibilities that surround you. The truth lies beneath these inherited limitations. Money, success, and abundance flow eternally through the universe, like an endless river. When you focus on what seems missing, you build dams in this river, blocking its natural flow. Your thoughts of scarcity become the very walls that keep abundance at bay. In the heart of a great famine, there lived a family in a small village. While others hoarded their meager supplies, lamenting their misfortune, this family saw differently. Where neighbors saw withered fields, they discovered edible wild plants. When others saw empty markets, they recognized opportunities to create new trades. The mother taught her children to see abundance in each moment, in the morning dew that watered their small garden, in the skills they could share with others, in the connections they built within their community. Their home became a beacon of prosperity, not because they had more, but because they saw more. Like this family, you have the power to remove the mask of scarcity that clouds your vision. The universe holds infinite possibilities, waiting for you to recognize them. Each challenge conceals a seed of opportunity. Each limitation contains the potential for expansion. Sit in silence as the sun sets. Take a piece of paper and write at the top, "Where I once saw scarcity, I now see abundance." Choose one area of your life where the illusion of not enough has taken root. Below your chosen area, inscribe 5 new perspectives that transform this perceived lack into potential. Let your insights flow naturally, without judgment or hesitation. Trust that the wisdom of the universe flows through your pen, revealing truths that have always resided within your heart. Each word you write carries the power to reshape your reality, to transmute shadows of scarcity into golden opportunities. Your words will illuminate the abundance that has always existed, waiting for your recognition, like precious gems hidden beneath common stones. As you write, feel the ancient wisdom of countless seekers who have walked this path before you, each discovering that limitation exists only in the mind that believes in it. Chapter 3: The Ancient Grammar of Wealth. In the hidden valleys of an ancient civilization, there lived a gifted linguist named Maya, who discovered mysterious inscriptions carved into temple walls. Night after night, she studied the flowing symbols until she realized they weren't merely decorative patterns, they were the sacred language of universal exchange. You too stand before these eternal principles, ready to decode the fundamental grammar of prosperity. The universe operates through a continuous dance of giving and receiving, like the endless cycle of breath. Inhale and exhale, ebb and flow. This sacred rhythm governs all forms of abundance. When you resist giving, you create stagnation in this natural flow. It is like damming a river. The water becomes still, unable to carry its life-giving force. Many believe wealth comes from holding tight, accumulating more while giving less. Yet this misconception violates the basic law of exchange that governs all prosperity. True abundance flourishes when you align with this universal principle. Give not from obligation, but from the joy of participating in life's sacred exchange. Your generosity opens channels through which greater abundance can flow back to you. This is not mere transaction, it is transformation. In a mountain village lived an elder named Kairos, who understood this truth deeply. During a harsh winter, when food grew scarce, he encouraged villagers to share what little they had. Give with gratitude, he taught them, and watch how the universe responds. Those who listened, though hesitant at first, discovered that their own needs were mysteriously met. Their small acts of generosity created ripples of abundance that returned multiplied. The law of exchange whispers to you now, inviting you to step into its eternal dance. Today, perform one act of genuine generosity. It need not be grand, perhaps sharing your time, offering encouragement, or giving something you value to someone in need. As you give, notice how your energy shifts, how the act itself creates space for new abundance to enter. Feel yourself aligning with the natural flow of universal prosperity. Let your giving arise from gratitude rather than obligation, allowing your heart to guide each act of generosity. This simple yet profound practice initiates you into the ancient wisdom that has guided prosperity seekers throughout time. What flows out returns multiplied when given in harmony with the sacred law of exchange. As you align with this timeless principle, you become a willing participant in the universe's endless cycle of abundance. Your conscious choice to give opens invisible doorways through which unexpected blessings can flow, creating a sacred resonance between your generous spirit and the infinite source of all prosperity. Chapter 4: The Resonance of Gratitude. In the mist-shrouded hills of an ancient valley, a musician named Soren struggled to create melodies that would touch the soul. Each day he played his instrument with perfect technique, yet something vital was missing. His notes rang hollow, lacking the spark that transforms sound into magic. One evening, as shadows lengthened across the valley, Soren noticed a butterfly landing on his instrument. Instead of shooing it away, he felt a sudden rush of appreciation for its delicate beauty. As this feeling of gratitude filled his heart, he began to play. To his amazement, the music that flowed from his fingers carried a new resonance, touching something deep within all who listened. You too possess this power to transform your reality through gratitude. Like musical notes that vibrate at specific frequencies, your thoughts and feelings create energetic patterns that ripple through the universe. Gratitude exists at the highest frequency, aligning perfectly with the vibration of abundance. When you cultivate genuine thankfulness, you tune yourself to prosperity's frequency. This is not mere wishful thinking. It is a fundamental law of energy. Just as a tuning fork resonates with its matching frequency, your grateful heart attracts corresponding experiences of abundance. Along the ancient Silk Road, a merchant named Adira traveled through harsh lands, carrying precious goods. Though faced with endless challenges, she began each morning by thanking the universe for her journey. Even when thieves took her possessions, she remained grateful for her life and wisdom gained. One day, while resting beneath a weathered tree, her heart full of appreciation for its shade, Adira noticed unusual markings in its bark. These led her to discover an abandoned caravan site containing treasures far greater than those she had lost. Her gratitude had kept her alert to possibilities others missed, leading her to abundance through unexpected paths. You stand now at the threshold of this same truth. Each moment of gratitude creates an energetic shift, opening your awareness to the wealth already present in your life. Begin tonight by recording 3 financial blessings, no matter how small. Perhaps it's the coin found on your path, the meal shared with friends, or the skill that earns your living. This practice aligns your energy with abundance's frequency, transforming your relationship with prosperity. Let gratitude become your daily companion, tuning your spirit to the endless possibilities that surround you. Within this simple ritual lies a profound truth. The more you acknowledge life's riches, the more naturally wealth flows toward you. As you cultivate this practice night after night, you'll find your perception shifting from scarcity to abundance, revealing opportunities that have always existed but remained hidden from view. The universe responds to this energetic alignment, matching your grateful vibration with ever-increasing blessings. In your journal, write, "I am thankful for," and let your heart guide your words. Feel the resonance of each blessing as you acknowledge it. This simple act creates ripples in the universal field of abundance, attuning you to wealth's ever-present frequency. Chapter 5. Tuning your mind to the wealth frequency. In a remote coastal village, a lighthouse keeper named Marcus inherited an ancient beacon that had guided ships safely to harbor for generations. Despite his diligence in maintaining the lighthouse's mechanisms, ships frequently lost their way, as if the light failed to penetrate the darkness effectively. One night, an elderly sailor visited Marcus and shared a forgotten truth. The light responds not just to oil and flame, but to the keeper's inner state. Your thoughts and feelings shape its reach across the waters, yeah? You possess this same power within your being. Like the lighthouse keeper's inner state affecting his beacon's strength, your thoughts and emotions broadcast constant signals into the universal field. These signals determine what experiences you attract into your life, particularly in matters of wealth and abundance. When you understand this principle, you hold the key to transforming your financial reality. Your mind acts as a powerful transmitter, sending frequencies that the universe mirrors back to you with perfect precision. Optimistic thoughts about wealth attract prosperous circumstances, while fears of lack create experiences that match those concerns. In the bustling markets of an ancient city, a spice merchant named Fatima struggled to attract customers despite offering the finest saffron and cardamom. Her thoughts constantly dwelled on competition and scarcity, creating an invisible barrier between her goods and potential buyers. Through the guidance of a wise tea seller, Fatima learned to shift her inner dialogue. Instead of focusing on her fears, she began visualizing her spices bringing joy to countless homes. She imagined the satisfaction of successful trades and the growth of her business. Within weeks, her changed energy drew customers naturally to her stall, transforming her fortunes. This simple truth awaits your recognition. Your thoughts about wealth create the very reality you experience. By consciously aligning your inner frequency with abundance, you initiate a transformation that extends far beyond mere positive thinking. Each morning, gift yourself 5 minutes of sacred time. In this quiet moment, see yourself already living in the abundance you desire. Feel the peace of financial security, the joy of sharing your wealth, the freedom to choose. Let these emotions fill your being completely, knowing that these feelings serve as powerful signals to the universe. This practice aligns your energy with the frequency of prosperity, creating a clear channel for wealth to flow into your life. Like the lighthouse keeper who learned to amplify his beacon through inner alignment, you too can strengthen your connection to abundance through conscious attention to your thoughts and emotions. With each passing day as you maintain this sacred practice, you will notice subtle shifts in your perception of wealth and opportunity. Doors that once seemed firmly closed begin to crack open, and possibilities that were hidden now reveal themselves with crystal clarity. The universe responds to your dedicated focus, orchestrating circumstances in perfect harmony with your deepened awareness of abundance. Chapter 6. Words that block the flow of abundance. In a valley blessed with fertile soil lived a poet named Elias, whose verses once brought joy to all who heard them. Yet as his words grew bitter with life's disappointments, his own fields began to wither. Each morning he would walk among his crops, muttering verses of despair. Nothing grows right. The soil betrays me. Harvest will surely fail. With each negative utterance, his land seemed to shrink further into barrenness. You see, your words carry power beyond measure. They are seeds planted in the fertile soil of universal consciousness. When you speak of lack, struggle, or financial hardship, you nurture these very conditions into being. The universe responds not to your desires but to the energy your words emanate. Those who have mastered wealth understand this sacred principle. They guard their speech as carefully as a master gardener tends their soil. Where others say, "I can't afford it," they declare, "I'm open to new opportunities." Instead of "money slips through my fingers," they affirm, "wealth flows to me naturally." Rather than, "I'll never get out of debt," they state, "I am moving toward complete financial freedom." In the ancient kingdom of Lemuria, Queen Sophia inherited a realm plagued by drought and poverty. Each day she would stand upon her balcony, speaking blessings over her lands. Abundance flows like rivers. Prosperity touches every home. Our wealth multiplies with each passing season. Gradually, as her words took root, the kingdom transformed. Trade flourished, crops thrived, and prosperity returned to every corner of her realm. Just as Queen Sophia's intentional blessings transformed her kingdom, your words hold the power to reshape your financial reality. Each phrase you utter acts as a decree, setting in motion forces that either support or hinder your path to abundance. Observe your daily speech about money. Notice the subtle curses you may unknowingly place upon your prosperity. Then, with conscious intent, transform these statements into declarations of abundance. Let your words become vessels of power, carrying the energy of wealth into every aspect of your life. Take a moment of silence and reflection, allowing your mind to still itself like the surface of an undisturbed lake. On a clean page, write down 3 phrases you commonly use about money that limit your prosperity, those unconscious declarations that have become habits in your daily speech. Study them carefully, for in recognizing these self-imposed limitations, you begin to break their power. Beneath each, craft a new statement that aligns with abundance, transforming doubt into certainty, lack into plenty, and fear into faith. Let these new declarations become the seeds of your future wealth. Speak these empowered words aloud each morning as the sun rises, feeling their truth resonate within your being. Just as dawn transforms darkness into light, let your new words illuminate the path to prosperity that awaits you. Make this practice as natural as drawing breath, for these morning declarations are more than mere words. They are the very blueprints from which your abundant future will be built. Feel the power of these transformed statements coursing through your body, knowing that each repetition strengthens their manifestation in your physical world. Chapter 7. Awakening the Wealth Archetypes Within. In the realm between shadow and light, three mystic beings dwelled in perfect harmony. The Creator, whose thoughts birthed new realities, shaped gold from pure intention. The Giver, whose open hands released blessings that always returned multiplied. And the Magnet, whose very presence drew abundance from the universal flow. Together, they wove the tapestry of prosperity that blankets our world. These archetypes live within you, waiting to be awakened. The Creator embodies pure potential, understanding that wealth begins as a thought before manifesting in form. When you align with this energy, you naturally envision and birth new opportunities for abundance. Your ideas become seeds that grow into prosperous ventures. The Giver represents the flowing nature of wealth. This archetype knows that abundance multiplies through movement, like a river that never stagnates. By embodying the Giver, you release attachment to outcomes while maintaining unwavering faith in the cycle of prosperity. Your generosity becomes a catalyst for greater abundance. The Magnet holds the wisdom of attractive energy. This force understands that like attracts like, drawing wealth through resonance rather than pursuit. When you embody the Magnet, you cultivate an inner state of abundance that naturally draws similar experiences into your life. In a distant valley, a sage named Ibrahim gathered villagers beneath an ancient oak. Each of you, he spoke, carries these sacred energies within. He guided a merchant to embrace the Creator, transforming his small shop into a thriving marketplace through innovative vision. A farmer awakened the Giver, sharing her harvest's first fruits, and found her fields yielding triple their usual bounty. A weaver discovered her inner Magnet, and soon traders from distant lands sought her crafts. These archetypes speak to different aspects of your own nature, reflecting the multifaceted essence of your divine being. Some will feel the pull of the Creator's visionary power, drawn to manifest new realities from the fertile soil of imagination. Others resonate with the Giver's flowing generosity, finding fulfillment in the sacred dance of sharing and receiving. Still others naturally embody the Magnet's attractive presence, effortlessly drawing abundance through their radiant energy. Each represents a pathway to abundance, uniquely suited to your spiritual disposition and inner calling. Like tributaries flowing into a mighty river, these archetypal energies merge within you, offering distinct yet harmonious approaches to manifesting the prosperity that awaits. Choose one archetype that calls to your spirit. For the next 7 days, embody its essence in your daily life. If you select the Creator, spend time visualizing new possibilities for wealth. As the Giver, practice conscious generosity. If the Magnet beckons, cultivate inner abundance through gratitude and positive expectation. Record how this alignment shifts your experience of prosperity. Chapter 8. Claiming your financial name. Along the mist-shrouded paths of an ancient trading route walked a traveler with no name. Those who passed called him different things: beggar, wanderer, lost soul. Each label he accepted, wearing them like worn cloaks that never quite fit. His pockets remained as empty as his identity, until one dawn when he encountered a peculiar merchant who traded not in goods, but in truth. "Who are you?" asked the merchant, his eyes gleaming with wisdom. "I am no one," replied the traveler. "Ah," smiled the merchant, "and that is why you have nothing. For wealth flows not to emptiness, but to those who know their worth." Through the merchant's guidance, the traveler began to see how his namelessness had become his prison. Each step toward claiming his identity brought forth unexpected treasures. A silver coin here, a golden opportunity there. As he learned to say, "I am worthy," doors opened that had remained invisible before. The universal law reveals itself through this truth. Your financial reality mirrors your self-concept. When you walk through life believing yourself small, the universe responds accordingly. But when you claim your rightful place as a channel for abundance, the very fabric of reality shifts to accommodate this truth. In the heights of a sacred mountain lived a phoenix who had forgotten its nature. It scratched among ashes, believing itself a common bird, until the day it glimpsed its reflection in a crystal pool. The sight of its magnificent form awakened something deep within. As it claimed its true identity, its feathers blazed with golden light and precious gems began appearing in its nest. The phoenix had not changed. It had simply remembered its true nature. Like the phoenix, you possess an innate connection to abundance. Your current financial circumstances may have caused you to forget this truth, but forgetting does not erase your inherent worth. The time has come to shed the labels that limit your prosperity. Take a moment now to craft a new declaration of your financial identity. Begin with the words, "I am," followed by the truth of your abundant nature. Speak this affirmation daily, letting it reshape your reality just as surely as the phoenix recognition transformed its world. Through this practice, you align yourself with the eternal flow of abundance that is your birthright. Stand before a mirror at sunrise or sunset when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms grows thin. Look deeply into your own eyes, those windows to your infinite soul, and speak your financial affirmation aloud with unwavering conviction. "I am a powerful creator of abundance," or your chosen words. As you speak, notice how these sacred words vibrate through every cell of your body. Feel the truth of this statement resonating through your being, knowing that you are declaring what has always been true, though perhaps forgotten. Repeat this ritual daily for 40 days, the mystical number of transformation, allowing your new identity to take root in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Just as a seed requires time and nurturing to grow into a mighty tree, your prosperity consciousness will flourish through this devoted practice. Chapter 9. Unlocking the Ancient Wealth Codes. High in the mountains where time stands still and wisdom echoes through the ages, a wanderer named Amara discovered ancient stone tablets covered in mysterious symbols. As she brushed away centuries of dust, the inscriptions began to glow with an otherworldly light, revealing secrets passed down from the earliest masters of abundance. You now stand where countless seekers have stood before, at the threshold of understanding that wealth's deepest mysteries lie encoded in spiritual teachings as old as civilization itself. These sacred principles transcend time, speaking of prosperity's true nature, not as mere accumulation, but as a divine flow that responds to universal laws. The inscriptions speak of giving before receiving, of aligning thought with intention, and of maintaining harmony between the spiritual and material realms. They teach that abundance flows not from grasping, but from understanding the rhythm of exchange that governs all creation. These are not mere philosophical musings, but practical keys to unlocking the vault of universal prosperity. In a distant valley, a shepherd named Ibrahim discovered an weathered map hidden within an ancient text. The parchment spoke not of physical landmarks, but of inner territories to be traversed, valleys of gratitude, mountains of faith, rivers of generosity. As he followed these spiritual coordinates, Ibrahim found that each principle mastered unveiled new opportunities for abundance. The treasures Ibrahim sought were not buried in the earth, but in the application of timeless wisdom. As he learned to give with an open heart, his flocks multiplied. As he practiced gratitude, unexpected blessings appeared. The map had led him not to gold, but to something far more valuable: the understanding that prosperity flows from aligning with eternal principles. These same codes of abundance lie dormant within you, waiting to be awakened. The inscriptions Amara found and the map Ibrahim followed point to the same truth: that wealth's secrets are not lost, but preserved in the teachings of those who mastered its spiritual laws. Take a moment now to connect with these ancient teachings. Choose one principle, perhaps gratitude, generosity, or faith, and contemplate how it relates to your relationship with wealth. Write in your journal how you can embody this teaching in your daily financial practices. Let the wisdom of the ages guide your path to prosperity. Chapter 10. Your First Conversation with Wealth. In the days of old, there lived a humble scribe named Karim who spent his days copying ancient texts in silence. Each morning, he would dip his quill in ink, yet hesitate before marking the pristine parchment. One dawn, as golden light filtered through his window, he heard a whisper from within urging him to write not what others had penned, but the wealth he wished to manifest. With trembling hands, Karim wrote his first original words: "I welcome abundance into my life." As the ink dried, a subtle shift occurred in the air around him. In the following days, his commissioned work increased, and those who sought his services began paying in gold rather than copper. The universe responds to the words you speak and write with unwavering precision. Each declaration of abundance creates ripples in the fabric of reality, drawing forth that which matches your proclamation. Your words are seeds planted in the fertile soil of infinite possibility. When you engage in dialogue with wealth, you establish a living relationship with this universal force. Like any meaningful connection, it requires sincerity, consistency, and faith. Speak to wealth as you would to a trusted friend, with openness, gratitude, and expectation of response. The power of your first intentional words carries special significance. They mark the moment you step from unconscious patterns into deliberate creation. Choose these words with care, for they set the tone for all that follows. In a distant kingdom lived a craftsman named Soren who had never completed a piece of work, forever doubting his ability. One night in a dream, a wise being appeared and said, "Your first creation need not be perfect. It need only be begun." The next morning, Soren gathered his courage and carved a simple wooden bowl. Though modest in appearance, this first creation opened the floodgates of his artistry. Soon his works adorned the homes of merchants and nobles alike, each piece more magnificent than the last. Like Soren's first bowl, your initial words to wealth need not be elaborate. They must simply be authentic, spoken from your heart with unwavering intent. Through this practice, you forge a sacred bond with the very essence of abundance. Find a quiet moment, ideally as the sun rises or sets, and write a heartfelt letter to wealth, addressing it as you would a cherished and trusted friend. Express your deepest hopes, your most treasured dreams, and your sincere gratitude for its presence in your life, both the abundance you've already received and that which flows toward you. Pour your truth onto the page without restraint or judgment, allowing your innermost feelings to emerge naturally. When finished, seal this letter with reverence and keep it in a special place, perhaps beside your most valued possessions or underneath your pillow. Return to it whenever you wish to strengthen your connection to abundance, especially during times when your faith may waver. Let it serve as a physical reminder of your unbreakable bond with the infinite source of prosperity that exists within and around you. Part 2. Deepening your dialogue with wealth. Chapter 11. The Echoes of Intention. In the heart of an ancient city there lived a sculptor named Talos, whose hands held remarkable skill, yet whose works remained lifeless and cold. Each day he approached his marble with uncertainty, his chisel hovering hesitantly above the stone's surface. Though his technique was flawless, his creations failed to capture the essence of life he so desperately sought to express. One night, as moonlight bathed his workshop in silver, an old master appeared. "Your chisel responds not to your hand," the master spoke, "but to the clarity of your vision. See first with your inner eye what you wish to create." Talos closed his eyes and held a clear image of his next creation, a dancer caught in mid-flight, her joy radiating through the stone. When his chisel touched the marble, it moved as if guided by an unseen force. Within days, he unveiled a masterpiece so vibrant that viewers swore they could hear music emanating from the stone. Just as Talos discovered, your financial destiny responds to the precision of your intentions. When you cast vague wishes into the universe, you receive unclear results. But when you craft specific, deliberate intentions, you create energetic blueprints that the universe must fulfill. Think of your intentions as ripples in a cosmic pond. Each clearly formed thought sends waves through the fabric of reality, attracting corresponding circumstances and opportunities. The universe responds not to what you hope might happen, but to what you decisively declare must be. In a distant valley lived a gardener named Maya, who tended vast fields of flowers. While other gardeners scattered seeds randomly, Maya planted each one with focused intention, visualizing its growth, color, and eventual bloom. As seasons passed, her garden flourished with unprecedented beauty, each flower growing exactly as she had envisioned. Maya's method reveals a universal truth. That which grows in your life mirrors the clarity of intention with which you plant it. Your financial abundance follows the same principle. When you set precise intentions for your wealth, accompanied by unwavering belief, you create a magnetic force that draws prosperity toward you. Just as Maya and Talos shaped their reality through clear vision, you hold the power to sculpt your financial destiny. Your intentions are the chisel, and your unwavering focus is the force that brings them to life. Take a moment now to write down one clear financial intention. Make it specific, measurable, and time-bound. Then spend 5 minutes each day visualizing this intention as already fulfilled. Feel the emotions, see the details, and know with certainty that it is manifesting in your reality. Chapter 12. Speaking reality into wealth. In a village among ancient hills where scarcity had long cast its shadow, there lived a sage named Orion. Each morning, as villagers gathered at the well, their voices carried complaints into the air like bitter seeds. "Our soil is too poor," they would say. "The markets are unfavorable," others would lament. Orion observed their words floating into the universe, returning as the very circumstances they despised. One morning he gathered the villagers and taught them a sacred truth. Your words are seeds that grow into the garden of your reality. He guided them to transform their speech. "Our soil is blessed," they began to say. "Abundance flows through our markets," they declared. Within seasons, their words manifested as truth, Crops flourished, trade prospered, and wealth flowed into the village like a spring rain. Your words hold this same transformative power. When you speak of lack, you reinforce its presence. When you declare abundance, you summon its manifestation. This is not mere positive thinking. It is the activation of universal law through the power of aligned speech. Far across the seas, a sailor named Kai faced towering waves that threatened to overwhelm his vessel. Instead of crying out in fear, he remembered the ancient wisdom passed down through generations of seafarers. With unwavering voice, he spoke to the waters. "I navigate these waters with mastery. My path is clear and protected." As his words rippled across the waves, the waters began to calm. His ship found safe passage through the storm, guided by the power of his spoken truth. Just as Kai steered his vessel through troubled waters with intentional speech, you can navigate your financial waters with the same power. Your words are not merely sounds, they are energetic commands that shape the fabric of your reality. Each declaration you make sets in motion forces that will manifest as your lived experience. You stand now at the helm of your own ship, ready to chart a course toward prosperity. The words you speak are your compass, your map, and your stars. Choose them with the wisdom of Orion and the conviction of Kai. Create 3 personalized affirmations about wealth and recite them each morning with conviction. Speak them as though they are already true, feeling their power resonate through your being. Let each word vibrate with the certainty of manifestation, just as waves ripple outward from a stone, cast into still waters. Choose affirmations that stir your soul and ignite your deepest knowing, for these are not mere wishes, but proclamations to the universe of what is already yours. When you speak them, stand tall and breathe deeply, allowing the truth of your prosperity to flow through every cell of your body. The ancient ones knew this secret, that words spoken with unwavering faith become living forces that shape the very fabric of reality. Chapter 13, The Stillness Between Words. In the mountains where ancient melodies still echo, there lived a musician named Maya who sought to create the perfect symphony. Day after day, she filled every moment with notes, believing that more music would bring greater beauty. Yet her compositions felt cluttered, chaotic, like a marketplace too full of voices. One evening, as she sat frustrated with her instrument, a gentle breeze swept through her window, creating a momentary pause in her playing. In that breath of silence, she heard something extraordinary. The space between notes, singing with its own divine harmony. Your relationship with wealth mirrors this truth. The universe speaks not only through action, but through stillness. In the quiet spaces between your thoughts and efforts, wisdom flows most freely. When you cease the constant striving and allow moments of sacred silence, you create openings for abundance to enter. Like music, prosperity has its own rhythm, one that requires both movement and rest. In stillness, your inner guidance becomes clear, showing you the perfect timing for action and patience. High in the misty peaks there lived a monk named Akash, who spent years seeking enlightenment through endless meditation and prayer, yet understanding eluded him until one morning when he simply stopped. In perfect quietude, watching the sunrise paint the mountains gold, clarity descended like morning dew. The answers he sought had always been present in the silence, waiting to be heard. You too carry this wisdom within, an ancient knowing that transcends time and space. When you pause the endless chatter of worry about money, when you rest from constant planning and scheming, you align with the natural flow of abundance. These sacred moments of stillness are not empty. They are fertile with potential, like rich soil awaiting seeds of prosperity. In this quiet space, your consciousness expands beyond the limitations of earthly concerns, opening doorways to infinite possibilities. Just as a still pond reflects the stars with perfect clarity, your tranquil mind becomes a mirror for divine abundance to reflect itself through you. Find a peaceful space each day for 10 minutes of silent meditation. Close your eyes and allow your breath to become soft and natural. Feel the essence of abundance surrounding you, not as a future hope, but as a present reality. Let thoughts of lack or worry drift away like clouds, returning always to the silent knowing that prosperity flows naturally through your life. In this stillness, you open yourself to receive the universe's infinite gifts. Chapter 14, Conversing with the Universe. In the depths of an endless desert, a traveler named Raza wandered lost beneath the vast canopy of stars. Night after night he searched for direction, consulting his maps and instruments, yet found himself walking in circles. His provisions dwindling, desperation clouded his thoughts until one evening he remembered the ancient wisdom his grandmother had shared. The stars are not mere lights, but celestial guides awaiting your questions. That night, instead of consulting his maps, Raza knelt in the cool sand and lifted his eyes to the heavens. With a pure heart, he asked the stars to guide him home. As he spoke his request, a shooting star blazed across the sky, illuminating a path he had never noticed before. Following this celestial guidance, Raza found his way back to his village by dawn. The universe awaits your questions with the same patient wisdom as those ancient stars. Your requests for abundance must emerge from the depths of your being, spoken with the clarity of truth and the warmth of gratitude. When you ask with sincere intention, the universe conspires to illuminate your path to prosperity. 3 elements must align in your asking: clarity of vision, unwavering trust, and heartfelt gratitude. Like a well-crafted prayer, your request should paint a vivid picture of the abundance you seek, while acknowledging the infinite wisdom that orchestrates its arrival. The universe responds not to demands born of fear, but to requests flowing from love and trust. In a distant mountain village, a young child named Kai approached the oldest and wisest elder, seeking knowledge of the stars. Instead of immediately sharing wisdom, the elder asked Kai to first share what was already known. As the child spoke with wonder about the night sky, the elder smiled, recognizing that the act of asking had already begun revealing the answers within. Your relationship with abundance follows this same principle. In forming your request to the universe, you activate an ancient dialogue between your consciousness and the infinite source of all prosperity. Each sincere question opens a channel through which wisdom and wealth can flow. Take a moment now to craft your request to the universe. Find a quiet space where you can write freely, without judgment or doubt. Begin with gratitude for what you already have, then express your desires with crystal clarity. Let your words flow from your heart, knowing that the universe hears every sincere request. End your writing with an expression of trust and thankfulness for the abundance already making its way to you. Chapter 15. Unlocking the Vibrational Key of Wealth. In a village untouched by time, a blacksmith named Theron discovered that his finest works emerged not from the strength of his strikes, but from finding the perfect rhythm that made the metal sing. Each morning he would listen intently as his hammer met the glowing steel, adjusting his strikes until the metal resonated with a pure, crystalline tone. Only then would the metal yield its true form, transforming into objects of remarkable beauty and durability. The words you speak carry vibrations that ripple through the quantum fabric of reality. Like Theron's hammer strikes, each word you utter sends frequencies into the universe. either harmonizing with or disrupting the flow of abundance. Your speech patterns create energetic signatures that the universe mirrors back to you with perfect precision. When you align the vibration of your words with the frequency of prosperity, you create a resonance that attracts wealth naturally. This alignment occurs not just through the words themselves, but through the emotional energy that accompanies them. Speaking of abundance while feeling genuine joy and gratitude amplifies your ability to attract prosperity. In the halls of an ancient palace, a painter named Maya learned that her most captivating works emerged when she harmonized her colors with the emotions they evoked. She discovered that by blending pigments while maintaining a state of inner peace and joy, her paintings seemed to shimmer with an inner light that touched all who beheld them. Just as Maya's emotional state influenced her art's vibrancy, your emotional state while speaking shapes the potency of your words. When you combine positive declarations with elevated emotions, you create a powerful resonance that transforms your relationship with wealth. You stand now as both the blacksmith and the painter of your reality, capable of crafting vibrations that call forth abundance. By choosing words that resonate with prosperity and infusing them with positive emotion, you become a master of frequency, directing the flow of wealth through the quality of your energetic emissions. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and bring to mind a moment of pure joy or gratitude. As you hold this uplifting emotional state, speak this affirmation with conviction. I am a powerful magnet for unlimited abundance, attracting wealth effortlessly and joyfully. Maintain this practice for 3 minutes, allowing the vibration of your words and emotions to align with the frequency of prosperity. Chapter 16. Picturing the Language of Wealth. In a hidden valley, an inventor named Aldrich spent his days dreaming of a device that could harness the power of sunlight. Each morning, before touching his tools, he would sit in silence, eyes closed, perfectly visualizing every detail of his creation. In his mind's eye, he saw the gleaming brass mechanisms, felt the smooth rotation of gears, and witnessed the dance of light through crystal prisms. After months of this practice, when he finally began construction, his hands moved with certainty, as if they remembered building it countless times before. Your mind holds the same creative power that guided Aldrich's hands. The language of wealth speaks not only through words, but through the vivid pictures you paint in your consciousness. When you create detailed mental images of your desired financial reality, you establish an energetic blueprint that the universe begins to manifest. The key lies in engaging all your senses in this visualization process. See the numbers in your bank account. Feel the texture of the opportunities flowing into your life. Hear the conversations about your success and allow genuine emotions of gratitude and joy to arise naturally. This sensory-rich imagination becomes a magnetic force, drawing your visualized prosperity into physical form. In a distant mountain monastery, an artist named Sarah discovered that her most magnificent works emerged when she first painted them in her dreams. Each night she would immerse herself in visions of her next masterpiece, experiencing every brushstroke, every shade, and every emotion it would evoke. When morning came, her hands simply translated what her mind had already created with perfect clarity. Like Sarah's artistic process, your financial vision must first exist in complete detail within your mind before it can manifest in your reality. The more precisely you can imagine your desired level of wealth, the more clearly you transmit this intention to the universal field of infinite possibilities. You possess this same power of creative visualization that guided both Aldrich and Sarah. Your imagination serves as the sacred workshop where prosperity takes its first breath. By regularly entering this inner sanctuary and crafting detailed visions of your financial success, you speak the language of manifestation in its purest form. Spend 5 minutes daily in a quiet space, closing your eyes and visualizing a specific financial goal. See yourself achieving this goal in perfect detail, engaging all your senses and allowing genuine emotions of joy and gratitude to arise. Experience this vision as if it were already your reality, knowing that what you see in your mind's eye is already taking form in the physical world. Chapter 17, The Quantum Syntax of Prosperity. In a timeless realm, there lived a weaver named Thalia, who discovered that the patterns she wove into her tapestries mysteriously appeared in the world around her. When she wove symbols of abundance into her cloth, merchants would arrive bearing gifts. When she threaded images of scarcity, the village wells would run dry. Through patient observation, Thalia realized that her loom connected to an invisible field that responded to every thread she placed. Your thoughts and words operate in much the same way as Thalia's threads, weaving patterns into the quantum field, the invisible canvas of reality. This field, like an infinite ocean of possibility, responds to the energy of your consciousness. Every thought you think, every word you speak, ripples through this field, creating patterns that eventually materialize in your physical experience. The quantum field knows no difference between what is imagined and what is real. It simply receives your energetic imprint and reflects it back to you in physical form. When you consistently speak words of wealth and abundance, you create a pattern in this field that must, by universal law, manifest in your reality. In an ancient library carved into mountain caves, a scholar named Kairos discovered symbols that revealed the hidden mechanics of manifestation. These symbols showed how thoughts created waves in the fabric of reality, like pebbles dropped in a still pond. Through careful study, Kairos learned that when these thought waves aligned in harmony, they gained the power to reshape the physical world. The symbols revealed a profound truth. Your words act as commands to this quantum field. Each time you speak of lack, you weave that pattern into your reality. Each time you declare abundance, you create ripples of prosperity that expand outward, touching every aspect of your life. This ancient knowledge reminds you that your daily dialogue shapes the fabric of your existence. Every declaration you make sends ripples through the quantum field, creating patterns that will eventually manifest in your physical reality. Like Thalia at her loom, you weave your financial future with every word you speak. Sit in stillness and write this statement of manifestation. I am deeply grateful that abundance flows effortlessly into my life. My wealth grows continuously, blessing me and all those I touch. The universe responds to my every need with perfect timing and infinite resources. This is my truth now and always. Inscribe these words with intention and faith, knowing that each stroke of your pen weaves this reality into the quantum field. As you write, feel the truth of these words resonating in every cell of your being. Let your heart fill with gratitude, as though this abundance has already manifested. For in the eternal now, where all possibilities exist simultaneously, this declaration already exists as truth. Read your words aloud 3 times, allowing their vibration to ripple through the fabric of creation. Chapter 18, Silencing the Wealth Saboteur Within. In a distant realm, a noble knight named Roland stood before a cave where villagers whispered a fearsome dragon dwelled. Yet as Roland ventured deeper into the darkness, he discovered not a physical beast, but a mirror that reflected his own doubts and fears about his worthiness. Each time he reached for the treasure within, the reflection would twist into a dragon, breathing words of unworthiness that drove him back. Your mind harbors a similar guardian, the wealth saboteur, that manifests as a voice questioning your right to abundance. Like Roland's dragon, it appears whenever you reach for prosperity, breathing doubt into your aspirations. This inner critic speaks in familiar tones, often echoing past authority figures or your own moments of disappointment. The wealth saboteur maintains its power through repetition, weaving a web of limiting beliefs that seem unbreakable. Yet, like all illusions, its strength exists only in the reality you grant it. When you learn to recognize its voice, you begin to separate truth from the shadows it casts. In a valley plagued by invisible whispers that made its people believe in their own powerlessness, lived a healer named Maya. She discovered that the plague was not a physical ailment, but a collective belief that had taken root in the villagers' hearts. One by one, she taught them to replace these whispers with songs of their own worth, until the valley flourished once again. This tale mirrors your own journey with wealth consciousness. The plague of self-doubt can only persist when you allow its whispers to overpower your own truth. Like Maya's healing songs, your words of self-worth have the power to transform your financial reality. The wealth saboteur loses its power when exposed to the light of awareness, much like shadows dissolving in the morning sun. Each time you catch its critical voice, that whisper of doubt that has held you back for so long, you have an opportunity to choose a new response. Where it speaks of scarcity, you can declare abundance. Where it questions your worth, you can affirm your value. This inner alchemy, this sacred transmutation of fear into faith, becomes stronger with each conscious choice you make. The ancient masters knew this truth, that which is seen cannot maintain its grip on the unconscious mind. Your growing awareness is the key that unlocks the chains of limitation. Take a moment now to sit in silence. Listen for the wealth saboteur's most persistent message. Write this message down, seeing it clearly for what it is, a shadow of old beliefs. Now, with intention and compassion, craft a new statement that reflects your true worth and unlimited potential. Speak this new truth aloud 3 times, feeling its power dissolve the old belief. This practice transforms the dragon's fire into the light of possibility. Chapter 19. Sacred Conversations of the Wealth Masters. In the heart of an ancient valley, a sage named Ishmael dwelled in a modest hut atop a hill. Though he possessed no material wealth, the villagers noticed that those who visited him often discovered unexpected prosperity shortly after. One day, the entire village gathered at his door, seeking to understand his secret. Ishmael smiled and spoke. Within each soul lies a treasure vault of unlimited abundance. The key to unlock it lies not in gold or silver, but in the sacred language of the masters who came before us. The wisdom of prosperity flows through time like a golden river, carried in the words and teachings of those who mastered its current. These masters understood that wealth responds to a specific vibration, one that can be accessed through conscious speech and thought. Their teachings, preserved through generations, reveal patterns that you can now recognize and embrace. The ancient ones spoke of abundance as a natural state, using words that aligned with the flow of universal energy. They understood that prosperity isn't something to chase, but rather a frequency to embody. Their manuscripts and scrolls, discovered across different cultures and times, all point to this singular truth. Wealth follows the path carved by your words. In a bustling marketplace of old, a merchant named Hassan struggled despite his tireless efforts. One day, a mystic appeared at his stall, listening to Hassan's complaints about his misfortune. The mystic shared, Your words are seeds that grow into your reality. Notice how the prosperous merchants speak of abundance even in times of scarcity. Hassan began studying the language patterns of successful traders, adopting their way of speaking about wealth. Within months, his fortunes shifted dramatically, as though his new words had opened invisible doors. The mystic's teaching mirrors an eternal truth. Your language shapes the channel through which abundance flows. Like Hassan, you stand at a threshold where ancient wisdom meets present possibility. The same power that transformed merchants into masters, seekers into sages, awaits your recognition. The words of the masters carry a specific resonance that you can learn to recognize and reproduce. Their teachings weren't meant to remain in ancient texts, but to be lived and spoken anew through your voice. As you adopt their language patterns, you align yourself with the same force that guided their path to prosperity. Sit in quietude and reflect on the wisdom shared in these pages. Write down 3 lessons that resonated most deeply with your spirit. Choose one to weave into your daily speech and interactions. Observe how this shift in language begins to alter the flow of abundance in your life. Let this practice serve as your bridge to the timeless wisdom of the prosperity masters. Chapter 20. Bridging the Mystic and Material. In the forgotten scrolls of the ancients, there lies a tale of Marcus, a master bridge builder who lived between 2 prosperous kingdoms separated by a vast canyon. While others saw an insurmountable divide, Marcus envisioned connection. Each morning he would stand at the edge of the precipice, speaking words of possibility into the void. Yet it wasn't until he began laying the first stone that his vision started materializing into reality. The universe responds not only to the vibrations of your words, but to the energy of your actions. Words create the blueprint, but inspired action builds the bridge to your desires. This sacred partnership between spiritual and material realms has been understood by wealth masters throughout the ages. When you align your physical movements with your spoken intentions, you create a powerful resonance that accelerates manifestation. Your words become the architect's plans, while your actions serve as the builder's hands. One without the other leaves the bridge of prosperity incomplete. In the highlands of an ancient land, there lived a farmer named Thaddeus who understood this divine partnership. Each season, he would bless his fields with sacred utterances passed down through generations, but he knew that words alone wouldn't yield a harvest. Rising before dawn, he would work his land with the same devotion he gave to his prayers. As the seasons turned, his fields produced abundance that seemed to defy natural law. Thaddeus's story mirrors the eternal truth that bridges must be built from both sides. Your words reach out from the spiritual realm while your actions extend from the material world. When these forces meet, manifestation occurs naturally and effortlessly. You now stand at your own canyon's edge. The words of power you've learned have laid the foundation for wealth to flow into your life. Yet the bridge remains incomplete until you step forward with purposeful action. Like Marcus the bridge builder and Thaddeus the farmer, you must unite the spiritual and material through conscious movement. Take a moment now to identify one meaningful action that will move you closer to your financial vision. Write it down with clarity and purpose. Before taking this action, speak your intention aloud, infusing it with the power of your words. Then, with the same reverence that Marcus laid his first stone, complete this action today. Let it serve as your commitment to building the bridge between spiritual wisdom and material abundance. Part 3. Mastering the Wealth Language. Chapter 21. The Infinite Loop of Prosperity. In a timeless valley there lived a potter named Amira who possessed a remarkable gift. From a single block of clay she crafted countless vessels, each more beautiful than the last. Villagers watched in wonder as her supply of clay never diminished, no matter how many pieces she created. The secret, you see, lies not in the quantity of clay, but in understanding the eternal cycle of creation. Just as a mirror returned broken vessels to the earth, allowing them to become raw material once again, wealth flows in an infinite loop of giving and receiving. This sacred principle reveals itself in every corner of existence. When you grasp that abundance never truly depletes but merely changes form, you align with the natural order of prosperity. Like water, transforming from ocean to cloud to rain, wealth moves in cycles that sustain themselves through constant motion. Deep in the mountains there flows a stream that has never run dry. Even in the harshest drought, its waters continue to nourish the land. Local wisdom tells of how the stream maintains its flow. It gives freely to all who approach, yet always receives from hidden springs beneath the earth. This perpetual exchange ensures its eternal abundance. The stream teaches us that wealth multiplies through movement. When you hold tight to resources, they become stagnant, like water trapped in a pool. But when you participate in the flow of giving and receiving with gratitude and intention, you tap into an inexhaustible source. You stand now at the edge of this eternal stream. Every act of generosity creates a ripple that returns multiplied. Each expression of gratitude opens another channel for abundance to flow. Like a mirror's clay in the mountain stream, your prosperity grows not through accumulation, but through participation in this divine cycle. Take a moment to reflect on one way you can contribute to the cycle of giving today, perhaps sharing knowledge, offering assistance, or expressing heartfelt gratitude. Choose your action and implement it immediately, knowing that you are not depleting your resources but ensuring their constant renewal through the infinite loop of prosperity. Chapter 22, Writing the Legacy of Abundance. In a village among ancient hills, there lived a scribe named Kairos who discovered an extraordinary truth. Each morning he would sit at his wooden desk and carefully inscribe wisdom about wealth into a leather-bound journal. As his words filled the pages, something miraculous began to unfold. The villagers who read his writings started to transform their lives. His carefully chosen words about abundance, gratitude, and wise stewardship spread from family to family. Parents taught their children these principles, who in turn shared them with their own children. Within a generation, the village flourished beyond measure, not just in material wealth, but in wisdom passed down through time. Your words hold this same transformative power. When you align your language with eternal principles of prosperity, you create ripples that extend far beyond your immediate circumstances. Each thought you crystallize into words. Each action you take in alignment with abundance plants seeds that will bloom for generations to come. Like the ancient redwoods that reach toward the sky, true wealth grows slowly but endures for centuries. In a distant valley, there once lived a farmer named Sarah who spent his days planting oak seedlings. When asked why he labored over trees he would never see mature, he smiled and said, "I plant these not for myself, but for my children's children. They will rest in this shade and know that someone thought of them long ago." Sarah understood what many fail to grasp, that the greatest fortunes are built not in days, but in decades, not through hasty actions, but through patient wisdom. His grove became a legacy that sustained his family for generations, providing not just shelter and sustenance, but teaching the invaluable lesson of long-term vision. You stand now at a powerful crossroads. The words you speak, the habits you cultivate, and the wisdom you embrace today will echo through time. Your daily choices are like Sarah's seedlings, containing within them the potential for lasting abundance. Take a moment to write down one wealth-focused habit you wish to pass on as your legacy. This is not merely an exercise in financial planning, but a sacred act of intention that echoes through time itself. Begin practicing this habit today, knowing that your commitment plants a seed of prosperity that will grow stronger with each passing generation. Like Sarah's Grove, your chosen practice, be it mindful saving, wise investing, or cultivating valuable skills, contains within it the seeds of infinite possibility. Through your dedication, you forge not just a path to abundance for yourself, but illuminate the way for those who will follow in your footsteps. Chapter 23, Speaking Wealth into Others. In a mountain village touched by shadows of lack, there lived a healer named Arya, whose words carried the power to transform hearts. While others saw only scarcity, she spoke of the abundance flowing through every stream, growing in every garden, and waiting to be discovered in every soul. As she tended to the villagers' ailments, she would whisper truths about their inherent worth and limitless potential. "Your hands hold the power to create prosperity," she would tell the weavers. "Your mind contains solutions that will benefit many," she assured the craftsmen. One by one, those touched by her words began to stand taller, work with renewed purpose, and achieve success they never imagined possible. When you speak words of abundance into another's life, you tap into one of the universe's most powerful laws, the law of connection. Like ripples in a sacred pool, the energy of your uplifting words creates waves of prosperity that return to you multiplied. This is not mere kindness, but a cosmic principle that has guided wise ones throughout the ages. In another time, there lived a leader named Theron who discovered this truth. He found himself guiding a group of struggling artisans who had lost faith in their abilities. Instead of focusing on their current circumstances, Theron began speaking to the greatness within them. "Your creations will grace palaces," he would say, even as they worked in humble workshops. "Your art will inspire generations," he assured them, when they doubted their worth. Gradually, his words took root in their hearts. The artisans began creating works of such beauty that merchants from distant lands sought them out. Their once quiet workshops became centers of creativity and commerce, proving that words of encouragement can transform not just individuals, but entire communities. You possess this same power to speak abundance into existence, not just for yourself, but for all those around you. Each time you recognize and voice the potential in others, you strengthen the web of prosperity that connects all beings. Your words of encouragement become seeds of abundance that bloom in unexpected ways. Share one genuine message of abundance with someone in your life today. Speak to their potential, their capabilities, or the prosperity you see possible for them. Observe how this act of verbal generosity affects both them and you. Remember that in lifting others, you raise the tide of abundance for all. Chapter 24, The Divine Syntax of Wealth. In the ancient city of Ur, where wisdom whispered through temple corridors, a mystic named Kadesh discovered a weathered scroll beneath a fallen pillar. As moonlight illuminated the parchment, strange symbols began to glow with an inner light. Night after night, Kadesh studied these markings until understanding dawned. They were not mere writings, but divine patterns that govern the flow of abundance in the universe. The universe speaks in patterns that form the very foundation of prosperity. Like a divine language, these patterns weave through all creation: the spiral of a shell, the branching of trees, the rhythm of seasons. These same patterns exist within the realm of wealth, forming sacred principles that, once understood, unlock the gates of lasting abundance. Three fundamental patterns emerge from this ancient wisdom: harmony, balance, and alignment. Harmony speaks to the flow between giving and receiving, ensuring that wealth moves freely like a river finding its natural course. Balance teaches that true prosperity comes when material success aligns with spiritual growth. Alignment reveals how your thoughts and actions must mirror the universal laws of abundance. When you attune yourself to these patterns, your words and thoughts naturally align with the divine syntax of wealth. Like a master composer creating a symphony, you learn to arrange your intentions in harmony with universal laws. In the kingdom of Valencia, there lived an architect named Marcus who understood these principles deeply. Commissioned to build a great cathedral, he spent months studying the sacred geometry of nature before laying a single stone. His workers questioned his methods, but Marcus knew that true greatness emerged only when human creation aligned with divine patterns. As the cathedral rose, its proportions reflected the same ratios found in flowering plants and spiral galaxies. The structure seemed to sing with an inner resonance, drawing pilgrims from distant lands who felt its harmony in their souls. Though Marcus had passed on long ago, his creation endured, proof that working in alignment with universal principles creates lasting legacy. This wisdom beckons you to recognize that lasting wealth flows not from chance or mere strategy, but from aligning yourself with the divine patterns that govern abundance. Your words and thoughts, when structured according to these sacred principles, become pillars supporting an enduring temple of prosperity. Choose one principle, harmony, balance, or alignment, that most deeply resonates with your spirit in this moment. Write how you will embody this sacred principle in your daily life, describing specific actions and thoughts you will cultivate. Consider the subtle ways this universal law can weave through your morning rituals, your interactions with others, your work, and your moments of rest. Be precise in your commitment, for in specificity lies the power to transform intention into reality. Let your written words serve as both mirror and blueprint, reflecting your highest aspirations while guiding your path forward. Carry this commitment with you, perhaps on a small card or in your journal, as a living reminder of your connection to the divine patterns of abundance. In moments of doubt or distraction, let it anchor you back to these timeless truths that govern all prosperity. Chapter 25. Creating Wealth with Emotional Precision. In a village renowned for its artistry, a glassblower named Alara discovered that her finest creations emerged not from technique alone, but from the warmth of her heart flowing through her breath. Each morning she would center herself in peaceful contemplation before approaching her work. Only when her emotions aligned with her vision would she begin to shape the molten glass. You must understand that your emotions serve as the sacred breath that shapes the substance of your desires. Like Alara's art, your financial reality responds not just to your words and actions, but to the feeling tone that accompanies them. When you speak of abundance with joy, your words carry the heat necessary to transform possibility into manifestation. Your emotional state acts as a catalyst, turning ordinary thoughts into powerful attractors of wealth. Think of your feelings as the fire that transforms raw materials into precious artifacts. Joy, gratitude, and enthusiasm accelerate manifestation, while doubt, fear, and worry cool the creative process. This wisdom reveals why two people can speak the same words of abundance, yet experience different results. One speaks with the cool distance of intellectual understanding, while the other infuses their words with the warmth of genuine feeling. It is this emotional resonance that bridges the gap between intention and manifestation. In the grand halls of the Eastern kingdoms, there lived a storyteller named Rashid who understood this truth deeply. While other performers recited tales with practiced precision, Rashid lived each story in his heart as he shared it. His audiences didn't merely hear his words. They felt the triumph of heroes, the wisdom of sages, and the joy of transformation. His tales changed lives because they carried the power of authentic emotion. Just as Rashid's stories transformed his listeners, your words of abundance gain power when charged with genuine feeling. Each affirmation, each declaration of prosperity, must resonate with your emotional core. This alignment creates a magnetic force that draws wealth toward you with natural grace. To master this practice, I spend 5 minutes each day in quiet contemplation. Visualize your financial goals as already achieved, but don't stop at mere imagery. Allow yourself to feel the joy, gratitude, and peace that this achievement brings. Let these emotions flow through your body, energizing every cell with the frequency of abundance. This daily ritual aligns your emotional state with your financial intentions, creating a powerful force for manifestation. Chapter 26. Entering the Abundance Matrix. In the misty valleys of ancient lands, a traveler named Kai wandered through mysterious pathways until stumbling upon an extraordinary sight. Gossamer threads of light connected every tree, stone, and stream in an intricate dance of energy. As Kai watched in wonder, an old sage emerged from the shadows and spoke. "What you see is the web of life itself, where every thought, word, and action ripples through the fabric of existence. You possess the power to enter this matrix of abundance, where every element of your being aligns with the natural flow of prosperity. Like the threads of light Kai witnessed, your thoughts, words, and actions weave together to create your financial reality. When these elements harmonize, you step into a state of perfect resonance with universal wealth. The matrix of abundance operates through 3 fundamental alignments. First, your thoughts must vibrate at the frequency of prosperity, seeing opportunity where others perceive limitation. Second, your words must echo the language of wealth, speaking with certainty of abundance rather than scarcity. Third, your actions must flow from this aligned state, moving in harmony with the natural currents of success. Consider the subtle forces at play within this matrix. Each positive thought strengthens the field of possibility around you. Every word of abundance sends ripples through the quantum fabric of reality. Your aligned actions create pathways for wealth to flow naturally into your life. In the fertile valleys of the East, a gardener named Maya discovered the secret of perfect balance in her gardens. Rather than forcing growth, she learned to create conditions where abundance emerged naturally. She nurtured the soil, honored the seasons, and trusted in the interconnected wisdom of nature. Soon, her garden became a self-sustaining paradise where every plant supported the other's growth. Like Maya's garden, your life represents an ecosystem of infinite potential. When you align your inner state with the principles of abundance, you create optimal conditions for wealth to flourish. This alignment transforms your reality from one of struggle to one of natural prosperity. Sit in stillness and write this affirmation. I am deeply grateful for the abundance flowing through my life. My thoughts, words, and actions align perfectly with prosperity. I trust in the infinite wisdom of the universe to bring my desires into form. Speak these words daily while feeling the truth of their power resonating through your being. Chapter 27. Listening to the Wealth Whisperer Within. In a sacred grove where wisdom whispers through ancient leaves, a seeker named Amara spent countless dawns in meditation. Though blessed with material comfort, she felt disconnected from true abundance. Each morning she sought answers in scrolls and teachings, until one day a gentle voice emerged from within, speaking truths that no external source had revealed. You too possess this inner compass, an eternal flame of wisdom that guides you toward prosperity. This voice, when properly attuned, becomes your most trusted advisor in matters of wealth and abundance. Like a subtle current beneath the surface of a mighty river, it flows with certainty toward the ocean of infinite possibility. The language of intuition speaks through feelings, through moments of unexpected clarity, and through the quiet certainty that arises when you align with truth. Your inner guidance system already knows the path to abundance. Your task is simply to listen and trust. To hear this voice clearly, you must first still the waters of your mind. When faced with financial decisions, pause and turn inward. Notice how your body responds to different choices. A sense of expansion often indicates alignment with prosperity, while contraction may signal misalignment. Along the wind-swept shores of an ancient coastline lived a sailor named Theron, who had lost his navigational tools in a storm. Night after night he studied the stars until he recognized their patterns in his heart. Soon he could navigate vast oceans guided only by this inner knowing. Other sailors marveled at his ability to find safe harbor in the darkest nights, but Theron knew he had simply learned to trust what had always been within. Just as Theron found his way by trusting the stars' guidance, you can navigate the waters of abundance by heeding your inner wisdom. This knowing transcends logic and speaks the language of the soul. When you align with this guidance, opportunities appear as naturally as stars emerging at twilight. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Light a candle if you wish, and open your journal to a fresh page. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, allowing your awareness to settle into your heart center. Ask your inner wisdom to reveal any guidance about your path to abundance. Write freely for 10 minutes, recording any insights, feelings, or nudges that arise. Pay special attention to any recurring themes or strong impressions. Conclude by writing one specific action you feel guided to take regarding your financial journey. Chapter 28. Speaking the Language of Financial Freedom. In a gilded cage high atop a mountain peak lived a magnificent golden bird. Though its home sparkled with precious gems and offered every comfort, the bird sang songs of melancholy that echoed through the valleys below. Each morning it would press against the bars, not realizing that the door had never been locked. You too may be held captive by invisible barriers, beliefs about money, work, and success that constrain your potential. These self-imposed limitations whisper tales of scarcity and struggle, yet the key to freedom lies in changing the story you tell yourself. When you transform your internal dialogue from one of constraint to possibility, the universe responds in kind. Your words shape the very fabric of your reality, creating pathways to prosperity that were always present, but previously unseen. Consider how often you speak of debt as a burden, work as toil, or success as a distant dream. These narratives weave the very bars of your cage. By consciously choosing words of empowerment and possibility, you begin to spread your wings toward financial freedom. In a distant valley, a builder named Kai lived in a house with thick walls and tiny windows. Each day he felt the weight of its darkness pressing upon his spirit. One night, he dreamed of light streaming through vast openings, of spaces that breathed with possibility. Upon waking, he began to tear down walls and raise ceilings, transforming his home into a sanctuary of light and space. As his home expanded, so too did his vision of what was possible in all areas of his life. Like Kai, you have the power to redesign the structure of your thoughts about wealth. By opening your mind to new possibilities, you create space for abundance to flow freely into your life. Your financial story is not set in stone. It is a living narrative that you can reshape with intention and awareness. Find a peaceful moment as the sun rises or sets. Take your journal and write the story of your financial journey as you wish it to unfold. Begin with the words, "I am free to." Let your pen flow without judgment, describing your path to abundance as if all limitations have dissolved. Write of possibilities rather than constraints, of joy rather than obligation. See yourself soaring through open skies of prosperity, unbound by past beliefs about what is possible. Chapter 29. The Master Key of Limitless Abundance. In the forgotten corners of an ancient temple, a wanderer named Theron discovered a weathered chest adorned with mystical inscriptions. Though others had passed it by, seeing only tarnished metal, Theron noticed something extraordinary, a keyhole that seemed to shimmer with golden light. As he stood before it, his heart filled with gratitude for the journey that had led him there. In that moment of pure appreciation, a golden key materialized in his palm, fitting perfectly into the lock. Your relationship with wealth mirrors this sacred encounter. The ultimate secret to sustaining abundance lies not in complex strategies or endless pursuit, but in mastering the language of appreciation, trust, and alignment. When you speak with genuine gratitude, trust in the universe's abundance, and align your words with divine truth, you hold the master key to endless prosperity. Like water flowing from an eternal spring, wealth naturally replenishes itself when you maintain this sacred connection. Each word of gratitude, each expression of trust, each aligned intention creates ripples in the universal field of abundance. In the fertile valleys of an ancient land, a farmer named Adira discovered that her golden wheat fields replenished themselves each season without replanting. The secret lay not in the soil or the seeds, but in her daily practice of blessing her fields with words of appreciation and trust. As she walked among the swaying stalks each morning, her heart overflowing with gratitude, the very earth responded to her loving dialogue. You too can create this self-replenishing cycle of abundance. When you speak to wealth as a trusted friend, when you express sincere appreciation for all that flows into your life, you activate the natural law of perpetual increase. The power to sustain this flow has always resided within you, waiting to be awakened through conscious communion with the universal source of all prosperity. As the sun rises each morning, find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Light a candle to symbolize the eternal flame of abundance. Begin by expressing gratitude for 3 specific financial blessings in your life. Then speak your chosen wealth affirmation 3 times while holding your hands over your heart. Close your eyes and visualize golden light flowing through your being, connecting you to the infinite source of abundance. End by saying, "I am one with the eternal flow of prosperity." So it is. Maintain this practice for 40 days without interruption, allowing it to become your golden key to sustained abundance. Chapter 30. Living as a Wealth Oracle. In a mountaintop sanctuary where ancient wisdom whispers through the air, there lived a sage named Zephyr, whose very presence radiated abundance. Those who crossed his path found their own fortunes transforming, not through his words alone, but through the living example he embodied. His clothes were simple, yet he carried himself with the dignity of one who understood true wealth. His home was modest, yet all who entered felt enriched beyond measure. You now stand at the threshold of this same transformation. The language of wealth you have studied must become more than words. It must flow through your being as naturally as breath. When you fully embody these principles, your mere presence will inspire others to recognize their own abundant nature. Each step you take, each word you speak, each thought you nurture, becomes a testament to the infinite prosperity of the universe. This is not about maintaining appearances, but about allowing your inner light of abundance to shine so brightly that it illuminates the path for others. In the heart of an ancient city, a sculptor named Maya spent years creating what would become her masterpiece. Yet the true revelation came not in the finished work, but in the moment she realized she had become the very essence of artistic abundance she sought to capture in stone. Her hands moved in perfect harmony with universal flow, and her studio became a sanctuary of creative wealth that transformed all who entered. The message whispered through ages reaches you now. You are meant to be more than a student of prosperity. You are meant to become prosperity itself. Like the sage on the mountain, like the sculptor in her studio, your journey culminates in becoming a living channel through which abundance flows into the world. Let your thoughts resonate with wealth consciousness. Your words carry the vibration of prosperity, and your actions demonstrate unwavering faith in the abundance of the universe. As you embody these truths, you become a beacon of possibility for all who cross your path. Find a quiet moment at sunrise or sunset. Light a candle and stand before a mirror. Write a declaration beginning with, "I am a living embodiment of universal abundance." Include how you will serve as a channel for prosperity to flow to others. Read this declaration aloud with pure conviction, feeling the truth of each word in your bones. Place this declaration where you will see it each morning, and read it aloud daily for 7 days, allowing its power to transform you from within. Conclusion. As you reach these final pages, know that the ancient wisdom you've uncovered is now woven into the fabric of your being. The sacred language of abundance flows through your veins, a living force that transforms every word you speak into seeds of prosperity. Throughout this journey, you've learned that wealth speaks in whispers and roars, in silence and in song. You've discovered how the universe responds to the vibration of your thoughts, the power of your declarations, and the sincerity of your gratitude. Like a master craftsman who has finally understood the true nature of their tools, you now possess the ability to shape reality through conscious communion with universal abundance. Remember that the words you've learned are not mere phrases to be memorized, but keys that unlock the infinite potential within you. Each principle, each practice, each moment of revelation has prepared you to step into your role as a conscious creator of prosperity. You stand now at the threshold of a new beginning. The journey doesn't end with the closing of these pages. It merely transforms. The wisdom you've gained will continue to unfold, revealing deeper layers of truth as you apply these teachings in your daily life. Take a moment to acknowledge how far you've come. From the first whispered word of abundance to your current state of enlightened understanding, you've walked an ancient path that few dare to tread. The power to create wealth now resides within you, activated by your conscious choice to align with universal principles. In the sacred tradition of those who came before, take your pen and paper now. Write a letter of gratitude to yourself, acknowledging the courage it took to embrace these teachings. Express appreciation for your willingness to transform, to learn, to grow. Include specific moments of insight that changed your perspective on wealth and abundance. Let your words flow from a place of deep recognition for the journey you've undertaken. Commit to yourself that you will return to these teachings regularly, allowing their wisdom to deepen with each passing season. Seal your letter with an affirmation of your continued growth and evolution in the language of wealth. This letter becomes your personal testament to transformation, a bridge between who you were when you first opened these pages and who you have become. Keep it close, returning to it whenever you need to remember the power that lives within you. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.